Hey everyone, welcome to Energy First Golf. Today we're going to talk about the second step of the downswing. Alright, so in this video we talked about the first movement of the downswing, which is weight transfer. You move your hips out to the left, and a lot of times it's also called cleaning out the hips. So in this video we're going to talk about the second movement of a downswing. So your second movement is going to consist of your upper torso. Okay? Now in this video we talked about loading, and you're going to use your core to turn your upper body so you're not turning your shoulders. So in this video we're going to talk about how you're going to utilize your core again to turn your upper body in the correct way. Now a lot of times I do believe when I give golf instructions, I do believe the language for golf, it's actually very lack of. I don't like use words like down or, coming. Mainly I don't like to use the word down or hit because it really doesn't describe the correct movement. Okay, so a lot of times you will hear people say, well, turn down your body or turn your shoulder down. So I want to be very specific on what needs to happen, the correct feeling, all right? So when you lower your body, when you get to the top, you load it. And then the first movement, you're going to weight transfer, okay, your hips out. And then the second movement, because you have turned your core and your obliques, so your core, this area is going to help you turn your upper torso down. Now the reason why I'm saying down is because I don't want you to feel like you are actually going down, because a lot of times it's very misleading when you say the word down. So a lot of times people say, well, all I have to do is just push my shoulder downward. Now if you're doing that, that means you are doing what I call a two-dimensional motion. And in this video we're going to talk about the difference between 2D versus 3D, right? So we want to make sure you don't go, I'm going to turn down. All I want you to do is you feel like you're turning from your core, and you're just continuously turning. Obviously, if you're continuously turning, you will have a sense where your upper body is turning down. But I don't want you to create a downward feeling, which would not be good at all, because with that downward feeling, it's very stagnant and incorrect. Okay? Now I'm going to give you a side view. Right? So I'm going to weight transfer, and I'm going to turn my core. Right? So we can see right now this shoulder is actually in a downward position. Now here's something to think about. If I put a line right here right now, if I go to the top, you can see this end is pointing down. So in other words, once I turn my body, this end is going to exchange with this side. Right? So it's very much like if I'm turning my body in a standing straight position, if I turn my body like this, and if I turn back, you can see this end, and this is going to make an exchange. So if I do this, this would not be correct. That's considered a tilt. So in other words, if I do this right now, when I turn my core and my body through, if I do this, that would not be considered correct, because then you are moving up. Right? I'm going to give you a side view. If I do this, so this would not be correct. And also you're not able to maintain spine angle. In other videos we're going to talk about what is the meaning of a maintaining spine angle. But today we're just going to talk about the downswing, the second part of downswing, which is your upper torso rotation. Your upper torso rotation consists of your core rotation, your obliques, your core. Okay? So that's the second part of the movement. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, when do I come up? Means when do I finish? You see a lot of tour players, when they finish, they look like this. The very correct way would be when you go through You keep turning it to a point where you're no longer able to get through ideally, and then you will come up. Okay? So, but is it necessary to do it that way? No, as long as you are able to get to this position and through. Okay? And then you should be good. Only the trained and the professionals can really turn their body beyond this angle in a very comfortable way. All right? Well, hope you enjoyed this video. Click here to subscribe to our channel. If you want more Energy First Golf instructions, I will think these two videos you will find interesting.